So apparently Reddit is discussing sort of how bad it is right now for the Star Wars franchise. That people, the people who'd been defending the decisions of Kathleen Kennedy and those creative teams under her, and just how immensely this is bombed, and that the marketing, business, entertainment courses are going to look back on this as like just one of the most monumental sort of money sinks, and that really like yeah, there's going to be so much that would have to be studied, like the weird thing of like why wasn't she let go quite a bit of time ago. Why, what kind of power does she have in this organization that she's just allowed just these huge budgets and that they just go up and fucking smoke, or the projections of what should have been. And then I started thinking even more about this now that we get hindsight's 2020, but somebody approached Disney. At Disney's got so much money. They have they're all of their creative firms and everything. They had to understand that there was going to be AI animation, like AI tools for animators, things to make it more efficient and cut down costs. They knew this was coming. I guarantee you, this was not some hidden from them. Probably the people on the board of directors are probably invested in this technology. And what happened? They've absolutely positively went out of their way to not try to have some kind of independent animation art group that started working on this. So it shows that there's like fundamentally a level of real good fundamental creativity that wasn't being engaged. Ideas, an entire realm of ideas that just wasn't being engaged, because they had to have known this. There's no way Disney did not. The largest animation, company almost on the planet, and nobody approached them about, we're going to come up with this tool. It's going to make animating things a lot easier. And they didn't know this, and no, so they just lost money and destroyed legendary intellectual properties. And then all the tangential industries that really thrived off of that are also now having all of their problems. The toy sales, and so then there's this idea too, okay, well, let's look at how they fucked up all these various characters, and that even more, they had scripts already written. They had storyboards laid out. The storyboards and scripts and the whole lore and canon, this was already written out, a span of like 20,000 years of stories. All they needed to do was to follow, to put in parts of that universe at various times and have people play these characters that nobody knew anything about, or would have been from the prequels, or but no, they had to come up with these really wacky fucking doofy ass characters and scenarios that were obviously meant to reflect this period of time and exactly how liberal white women felt about it. And just, tacky, gauche, bad and low taste, coarse, just almost every possible thing other than really good storytelling or adaptation. And the thing that I think about is there's a lot of these stories that in the greater canon of it all, that there would have been great opportunities. There was only so much written out, so there would have been all this way of filling in, like other parts, little details, and that everything's in the details. Everything's in the details, and that's probably why it didn't happen, because the writers weren't that good. They didn't have the writing team. Everybody was being hired because they all went to like 3 art schools, and now it's gone. Now it's gone. And Reddit is agreeing that after all their defenses, they're apparently agreeing it's gone, and it's gone. And so one of the only things that can be done now, honestly, is to save Star Wars by making sure to store it, and help, because it's a lot of material. You'll probably have to have, an AI help you store it. Not do anything with it. No, nothing like that. No, because I'm not sure that might violate copyrights and things like that. No. Just make sure it's all scanned into an AI. Every last page of all the comics and all the schematics and all the art books and all that. You just scan it all in there. Scan it all in, and then it's all safe. It's and it's nice and safe in case, because a lot of this is on hard copy. The old RPG game, tabletop game, all that stuff. You just put it all in the AI. Maybe you call it the Death Star. Call it the Jedi. Imagine if what women would have loved, Jedi Navigator. The girl who navigates space, because she's from the Jedi Order of Navigators rather than the Knights. There was like that they didn't catch that. That was a platinum mine for them. Amazing at what they did.